If you're curious to see my first look using the Lila palette by Natasha Denona, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène and welcome back, or if it's your first time, welcome to HMM Makeup or Makeup. Indeed, we are going to play with the Lila palette today. If you have not seen my swatches video, I will put it right there for you. Today, though, is a first impressions, and I'm going to be combining two requests. One of them was to use the Lila palette as a one shadow look. Which shadow and how I would apply it. So we'll be doing that today. But I also had a request to see the bluish purple shadow in action. And so I think I can do that as well on the lower lash line after having done the initial look. So let's take a look at the palette itself. So the inside looks like this. And essentially here's what I'm planning on doing. I'm going to use this shadow, I think. No, pardon me, this one. Viewfinder is lying to me as far as the shadows. This one is the one that I'm going to use to do an all over one shadow look. We'll see what it looks like. And then I'm planning on supplementing the look with this eyeshadow. And I was concerned in the swatches video about the depth of the blue base and how it kind of pulled away from purple and really shows up more as a blue. And I'm hoping that I'm wrong and that that's not the way it shows up on the eye, but there's nothing like trying it out. And I did not want to look at any other YouTuber using the Natasha Denona palette. I wanted it to be my own assessment and my own discovery. So we're going to be doing that together. And if you've already seen these, let's not spoil it. Let's just keep the surprise, so don't comment yet. And we'll go from there. All right, so I'm going to go again with this specific shadow. And the reason for this shadow, which is called Livid, is that I think it would allow for a very nice smoky duochrome kind of dusty purple look. So I want to, because I want to have a lot of control, I'm going to use this fluffy brush so that I can layer on the shadow in stages. I don't want to go with a packer brush. I just want to create a smoky look and just see what happens. I'm going to do one eye on camera and probably do the other eye off camera just to save some time. So again, I'm going into this color right here and we're going to see what happens. I'm realizing I need the mirror. Okay, here we go. And I do have some eyeshadow on my eyes, but I picked a very neutral two shadow look that I could easily just cover up with this purple. Okay, dipping back into this fluffy brush, and as you can see, I'm just going back and forth, building over what I've already done. And I remember in the swatches that this eyeshadow is quite opaque, so I was quite confident that it would cover up anything that I've already done with my eyes today. I'm going right up to the brow on the inner lid, and I think I have enough shadow already on this one side. So I'm going to use a brush that does not have a lot of eyeshadow on it, so I'm going to switch brushes and just bring up the color with a clean brush, basically. And for that purpose, I'm going to use this brush, which is from a basic Sephora kit. And I was going to dip into shadow. No, I'm just going to spread the shadow up a little bit more and just get rid of the harsh line that's kind of developed there. Okay, and I think I'm going to take one more clean brush just to take a little bit of that shadow off the edge there. And I think this brush is going to work quite nicely in doing so. I think that worked pretty well, to be frank. Okay, now I want to take that same shadow, because it's a one shadow look, I'm going to take that same shadow on a thinner brush and just bring it down to the outer 1/3 to half of the lower lid. And for that step, I do have a favorite brush. It's an angled brush, again from the same set, same Sephora set. And I'm going to just angle the brush and bring the shadow down here. Okay, so I put very little shadow on the edge of the brush. I'm just going to bring it in about halfway, as I said. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. That's it. That is a one shadow look. Now I'm going to replicate this off camera on the other side, so we'll save each other some time. And then once I have both eyes done, we'll go and play with, I'll show you the eyeshadow. We'll go and play with this one as an add-on on the lower lash line. So I think that that will look good. So let me get this other eye done and then come back and we'll finish the look. Okay, this is my one eyeshadow look, and before I go in with the bluish purple hue that I said I would add to this look, what I want to do is I want to use liner on the upper lash line and mascara, because the other color that I want to add to the look is only going to be on the lower lash line, so it won't be a problem for me to give you a view of this finished look before I add the other color. So let me just take liner and mascara and we'll finish the upper lid. Now to finish the upper lid, I'm going to use this little black liner from Estee Lauder, which is just this gargantuan liner, and also use the Lash Freak to finish up this look. So I'm going to start with the, is it called little? Yeah, little black liner is what it's called. And I'm going to use the just a smaller mirror to guide me. And there are two ends of this liner, by the way. There's a kind of a flat edge to do more the outer wing, and then there's a more precise liner on the other side. And I do have the Urban Decay, I think it's Legend. Yes, I have the waterline, can't even speak, the waterline pencil in Legend from Urban Decay on my upper waterline, and now we are going into this liner here, and let's see how it goes. Sometimes I'm a little nervous with kind of a satiny tacky liner, satiny tacky eyeshadow, and wondering how the liner is going to behave over top. Once in a while, there is a surprise. And this is not my favorite liner, it's just a matter of using what I have. Now I don't want to do a wing of any kind on this look, because I think that the purpley blue on the lower lash line is going to be bold enough that I don't want to do too much extra on this look, so I'm perfectly fine with what I've got here. And I do want to now put mascara on with the Freak mascara, and it is, if you haven't seen the wand, it is a very weird wand, and what it does is it ends up putting too much mascara on to begin with, and then you just kind of keep combing it out. So it's really important not to freak, pardon the use of the word, it's important not to freak out if you have too much going on to your lashes at the very beginning because you can very easily comb it out. So it's not that big of a deal. So for example, like I had kind of a clump starting in the first third of the lashes, and I was just able to comb it out and it looks normal. Now it does load on the lashes, but you don't have to worry about having too much. You just keep brushing out, and you'll notice that the mascara just lightens up a little bit. That was my concern when I started using this mascara, that it was just loading the lashes so much, but that's actually part of it, why it works beautifully. Alright, almost done. And the Freak mascara I also like because I don't tend to have to do 2 coats. 1 coat seems to do a really good job. So I'm pretty happy with it, and it is, you can tell by my shirt, I like lime green. So I'm very partial to the look, the aesthetic of this mascara tube. It's Chartreuse is one of my favorite colors. Lime green, Chartreuse, lemon lime yellow, that's just my jam. So it's lovely. All right, enough gushing on the mascara. Let me see what it looks like. I'm going to take this real quick, just fix my eyebrows. I am using right now the Sephora brow setter type of thing. It's just clear, and it's supposed to be mimicking the ABH clear brow gel. No, it does not hold the brow anywhere near the ABH clear brow gel. So I will not be repurchasing any more of the Sephora brow hold or whatever it's called, because it's just not, it's not up to par with other setter type products that I've had for the brow. And I have long brow hairs, and if you're like me and you have the kind of Brooke Shields kind of iconic brows, you need something that is going to keep things in place. And yeah, the Sephora solution, it might be inexpensive, but it does nothing for me. I'm just trying to use it up because I'm cheap. But it is definitely not my preference, and I have ordered the 2 different kind of brow setters from ABH in mini form, just so that I could have something in my makeup collection for those days where I really need my brows to stay beautifully set and I don't need to worry or don't want to be concerned about it. So anyway, but for video filming, obviously I'm not worried about wind or anything like that. They tend to stay put most of the time. Sidebar over. Now we have this look. I'm really happy with how this one shadow look turned out. I think it looks really, really good. Now I do have some, you know what, I'm going to add a little bit on the inner lid because some of the highlighter that I had on from the previous look is still showing through, and I'd like to just try to keep that same color from inner to outer, so inner to center, you know, just to not have the highlighter on the inner corner. So I'm just going to take this brush again and put a little bit more product on and see if I can just cover that up. I just didn't notice it earlier, and hopefully I don't mess up my mascara. Okay, that did a pretty good job. All right. Same thing on this side without messing up my mascara. Yeah, there we go. Okay, yes. So one color look, and it does look like I have multiple eyeshadow types on my eye, and that just makes me super happy. It just looks multi-dimensional, like there's more depth, but it is one shadow, so that is really cool. I am really enjoying this aspect of the one shadow, and again, this is the single shadow that I used. I think it looks really, really good. I mean, I thought it would look good, but it really does a good job. I'm so happy that I know that I can go into this palette, grab that one shadow and do a one shadow look, and it'll look great. Now, one shadow look, I never consider the brow bone highlight. I think that that's separate. And like I said, for the inner lid, I did cover up whatever I had underneath with that one shadow, and it seems to, I think you can see, it is continuity of color. It's not, the other shadow's not showing through, so that's great. You know what, for first impressions, I think this looks really good. Now I am ready, since we know for sure what this look is like, I am ready to go into that kind of electric bluish purple that we talked about. So this is the one I'm going to go to next. And I'm going to use a very tiny brush, which I had to clean off because I had brown shadow from earlier. And okay, so we are going to go into this one that has a very solid blue base to it, even though it's supposed to be a purple. And we're going to do a lower lash line, which again is going to change the look. But for me, with my preferences, this is definitely a look that I would go out with. And I would think that it accents the green in my eyes. I would very much feel comfortable with this kind of a look. I think that it's flattering, and I have no reservations. So going into the purplish blue, I'm just putting some shadow on the very, very tip of the brush, and let's go to applying, and I'm just following the lower lash line. I'm going to have to do a little bit of back and forth because I just don't want to load too much blue on. I don't want fallout, one thing, and I don't want to have too harsh of a line. I just want the effect of that electric bluish purple. So far, so good. Okay, let's keep going. I'm just going and layering a little bit. It's easier to add than to take away. Okay, so there is one eye done. I like it. Let me do the other eye off camera, and then we'll take a look at the final look with this added color. Okay, purple eyeshadow done on the lower lash line. I do think that it does complement what is on the upper lid. I liked the look before. I don't think that this is overkill as an added little accent for what is on the upper lid. I don't think that there's any kind of loss of balance there. I was worried that that bluish purple or purplish blue would overpower the upper lid, and I don't think it does. I think that they're very complementary, and that they're, yeah, they go well together in a big way. So I'm pretty happy with it. The only thing that I'm seeing really in a way is that I probably want to change my lipstick and have it more be an orangey brown to match kind of the undertones of the one shadow look. But there's nothing wrong with the way the eyes look right now. For a first impressions, I guess first and second impressions, because of the addition of the lower lash line, I really like the effect of that one shadow look from the palette. And I think that going from day to night, just being able to add that bluish purple color on the lower lash line for maybe an outing after work or whatnot might just be a nice daytime to evening transition. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this first / second impression of the Lila palette. I don't have any regrets so far. I know I've only used a couple of shadows, but I don't have any regrets so far in having chosen the Lila palette as my birthday palette this year. I do love purples, definitely, and they tend to complement my eye color and my preferences. I'm big on purple and I'm big on lime green and yellow, and so this palette does definitely have quite a bit of my preferences in here. Now I do have a request as well. So this a one shadow look was a request, and this specific color was a request, and I do now have this. Which one am I thinking? It's this one. The last column, I believe, was a request for a look as well. I think, unless it was the second last. I'll take a look again at the requests and see what I'm going to do as a second look. So yeah, I'm very excited to play with this palette again. And from my perspective, just my perspective, I am definitely excited about this trio right here. I think it's gorgeous, and I've said it in the previous video, swatches video for this palette, that I think it would do a beautiful boudoir look. And so yeah, let me take a look again at what the requests were, and I will make sure the next video reflects that. Let me know what you think of the look. Let me know what you think of this palette overall, and I look forward to seeing and replying to your comments. And with that, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it every single time, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. But for now, as always, take care.